Hello, this is the most important news you should not miss. Wild hogs destroy everything in their path, leaving millions of dollars in destruction. Farmers are pushed to the brink. But here's the real question. Can hunters outwit this invasive species before it's too late? Wild boar hunting has become a major challenge in Texas, where hunters are fighting back against the invasive species. But what's driving the wild boar problem? The state's 267,000 square miles of forested and swampy countryside are the perfect refuge for them. Mild winters and long summers keep them active year-round, while crops like corn and wheat provide an easy food source. In addition, the region's abundant vegetation and lack of natural predators have caused the wild boar population to explode, costing Texas farmers $500 million, 0 cents, a year. With wild boar populations booming, wild boar hunting in Texas has become a high-stakes operation. The biggest change in preparing for this wild boar hunt in Texas is the use of thermal scopes. No longer relying solely on daylight or traditional wild boar hunting techniques, hunters now depend on this advanced technology to track boars in the dead of night. The thermal imaging allows them to spot the heat signatures of boars even in thick brush, where they would otherwise remain hidden. It's a game changer, allowing them to hunt smarter, not harder, by giving them a tactical advantage in the most challenging terrain. With the boars becoming more elusive, this new gear has become essential to success. After hours of stalking through dense brush, the hunters were ready to make the knockdown. The five-man team had spent weeks preparing, scouting 200 acres of destroyed farmland, mapping wild boar trails, and rehearsing their strategy. Armed with 308 Winchester rifles, each loaded with 150 grain bullets for maximum stopping power, the knockdown, which saved a local farmer $10,000 in crop damage, proved that their teamwork and firepower were unstoppable in this Texas fight. On many hunts, you also need to know that mistakes in wild boar hunting are not only due to bad technique, but also due to natural conditions. Hunters must tread lightly, check for loose branches or dry leaves, and move into the wind to hide their scent. Rushing in excitement can spook wild boars, costing farmers $10,000, 0 cents of their savings on a hunt. The solution is to pause, scan the ground, and synchronize your steps with the group to avoid detection. One wrong move and the hunt is over before it even begins. The hunters had a new plan for the boar hunt. No more chasing. It was time to set the trap. After days of tracking, every hoof print and footprint had been mapped to find the boar's favorite feeding grounds. A GoPro MINP's cage trap, 20 feet wide and 5 feet high, was made from steel plates strong enough to capture the boar. "50 pounds of corn were scattered inside, and motion sensors were wired directly to the phone, ready to send an alert as soon as the boar entered. Then, with a tap, the gate slammed shut. It cost $2,500, 0 cents to install, but one pull could save farmers a lot of damage. This is a battle with smarter tools. So, what would you do? Hunt them or trap them smartly? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Across Texas, the hunting of these animals is a hotly debated issue. Animal rights groups call it cruel, arguing that the 2.6 million wild boars knocked down each year deserve to be replaced humanely, not with bullets and traps. They point to the disrupted ecosystem, warn that hunting can harm native wildlife, and raise moral red flags. Viewers, where do you stand? Continue wild boar hunting or find another way? I believe that legalized hunting will ensure the natural balance. Farmers are fighting back and reclaiming their land from wild boars. But this is a warning to all hunters not to let their guard down and take further precautions against wild boar invasions. If you agree, drop a 1 in the comments. Share this video to spread the word. Maybe you can help someone clean up this mess. Stay tuned.
The following stories will make you wonder. This woman, an Alaskan outfitter, and her father were facing a challenging season with a bear threatening their base camp. The bear was out front feeding on a nearby moose carcass, showing no fear of humans, forcing both father and daughter to take action. While handling her duties at camp, the woman kept an eye out for the bear. After several unsuccessful attempts, the woman and her group set out on another hunt by boat. Along the way, they stopped at Soda Springs, a place steeped in local legend, where they drank sparkling water for good luck. The intensity of the hunt increased when they spotted the bear swimming across a canal, prompting them to race to intercept it. The hunter held his ground as the bear emerged from the water. The encounter culminated in a tense, accurate shot that brought down the massive bear. It was a dream bear that many hunters would spend their lives chasing. The experience highlighted the dangers of the Alaskan wilderness and the power of its animals. This was just the beginning of Alaskans' quest to conquer nature. Spring bear hunting in Alaska brings a whole new level of challenge for hunters who venture deep into the Chugach Mountains in search of prey. In the spring, bears emerge from their dens hungry after months of hibernation. They descend to lower ground where early vegetation, roots and shoots are their primary food source. This often puts them near riverbanks, meadows, or south-facing slopes where food is plentiful. The terrain in these areas is rugged and unpredictable, characterized by icy slopes, dense brush, and the constant threat of flooded streams. This is the biggest obstacle hunters must overcome for a successful hunt. The hunter's first attempt at a bear ended in disappointment, with a poorly judged shot missing its mark and the bear disappearing into the dense Alaskan forest. Determined not to give up, the hunter spent hours tracking signs of movement, studying the bear's habits, and perfecting his approach. His final, last-minute knockdown from 300 yards was a satisfying end to a grueling day. Hunters, however, must keep up with the latest hunting regulations. The 2024 proposed 2 bear hunts per season are intended to balance conservation and opportunity, reduce competition, and encourage hunters to improve their skills while contributing to sustainable wildlife management. The challenge of bear hunting is confronting a giant predator in its natural habitat. It requires skill and courage on the part of the hunter, but pursuing a Burmese python in the Florida Everglades requires determination and an understanding of its biology. They are not hunted for sport, but to protect the delicate balance of an endangered ecosystem. With no natural predators in Florida, Burmese pythons have caused a severe decline in native wildlife populations, turning wetlands into barren landscapes. Deep in the Florida Everglades, veteran hunters embark on a treacherous mission to capture the invasive Burmese pythons. The 3 men will be armed with courage and determination. Recent reports detail sightings of a giant green anaconda, a rare predator that can grow up to 30 feet long and weigh 550 pounds. As they made their way through the swamp, the hunters quickly found themselves face to face with their first target of the day, a 9.5 foot, 80-pound Burmese python. Wrestling with the massive reptile in the murky water was no easy task. It lunged, trying to squeeze and bite. Thanks to their cooperation and experience, the 2 men subdued the snake and safely bagged it. Their efforts earned them a $250 reward, but the day was far from over. The swamps held much more danger. This harsh environment has led hunters to develop a new method of using licensed hunting dogs. These giant snakes, which can be over 16 feet long and weigh up to 200 pounds, are many times the size of hunting dogs. Additionally, pregnant snakes are especially difficult to catch because they become more aggressive and protective of their nests. Pregnant female snakes will seek out confined spaces in caves or crevices and curl up to avoid detection. When floodwaters rise, these snakes move to higher ground, making them even harder to track. In the dense underbrush of the Everglades, visibility can drop to near zero, making successful hunting nearly impossible without the help of dogs. This is where hunting dogs come into their own. These dogs can track the scent of a snake at great distances and guide the hunter to within a few feet of their prey. This sense of smell, which is up to 100,000 times stronger than humans, is essential to a successful hunt. It can make the difference between a hunt that lasts for hours or one that ends in a quick, decisive knockdown. You might be wondering why Burmese python hunting is usually done at night. This is because the swamps are quiet and easy to track prey. However, it is not just the pythons that pose a threat. Alligators lurking in the murky waters add an extra layer of danger and tension, forcing hunters to be on their toes. Flashlights are the only source of light in the dense swamps. And hunters need to travel with at least 3 people to assist them throughout the hunt, as the force of their strike is 1000 psi, making it difficult for a single hunter to catch. The python's characteristically distended bellies are often filled with eggs, making them easier to spot. In the hunt, more than 1,600 hunters caught a total of 68 pythons, with the winner catching 6. In another special mission, Texas authorities enlisted some of the best pilots and hunters specifically trained for aerial hog control. The primary aircraft used were helicopters, especially the famous Bell 407 and Robinson R-44, known for their maneuverability and reliability over rough terrain. They were ideal for quickly covering large areas, providing hunters with a clear view from above to track wild boars as they ravaged farmland and infrastructure. A hunter's first encounter is on private land where every second counts and the stakes are extremely high. With the property owner's livelihood at stake, hunters must have the proper legal permits to engage in aerial hunting. In Texas, hunters are required to have a valid hunting license, and for those who engage in aerial hunting, additional certification to operate a helicopter is required. When faced with a threat, wild boars can sprint at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour, fast enough to make any shot a race against time. Every year, Thousands of hunters are trained through Texas parks and wildlife department education programs, many of which focus on safety, shooting skills, and knowledge of regulations. However, hunting wild boars from a helicopter requires a more specialized skill set due to the stress and complexity of flying at high speeds. The process typically takes about 3 to 6 months of intensive preparation that includes mastering the use of firearms while balancing the physical challenges of a helicopter. What would you do if you realized you missed something crucial for your wild boar hunting trip? A secret no one talks about is the real danger lurking above the hunt itself, the helicopter. While there have been no recorded helicopter crashes during hunts in Texas, a single misstep in training or safety protocols could change that in an instant. Every hunter must inspect critical equipment, radio communication, emergency landing kits and harnesses before the trip. The consequences of negligence can be disastrous. The tension is real, the stakes high and the risk unforgiving. What's missing from your preparation checklist? Before the arrival of invasive species and human change on the mainland, bears roamed the islands of the Pacific Northwest as a vital part of a fragile ecosystem. Their habits punctuated the wilderness, shaping the landscape in ways few could fully understand. They were solitary creatures that foraged in dense forests, hunted salmon, and marked their territories with a deep primal sense of purpose. But as humans encroached, the bear's natural habitat began to shrink, and their once peaceful island life began to collide with the needs of humans for survival. You will also learn that pythons are one of the most fearsome predators on Earth, striking terror into the hearts of all who encounter them. Their method of killing is cold and ruthless constriction. They wrap themselves around their prey and squeeze with each exhalation until the prey collapses, unable to breathe or circulate blood. Despite popular belief, pythons do not open their jaws. Instead, their multi-jointed jaws allow them to stretch out and swallow prey many times larger. Although pythons are native to tropical regions of Africa, Asia, and Australia, they have become a serious problem in the United States. Due to the neglected pet trade, they have become a threat to native wildlife. Not only that, a large population of millions of wild boars native to Europe, Asia, and North Africa have been introduced into North America and other regions for hunting. Their reproductive rate is alarmingly high, as females can breed as early as 6 months old and have multiple litters, allowing populations to grow rapidly. Living in close-knit, aggressive groups called sounders, wild boars forage and cause widespread destruction, including crop and ecosystem damage. Their prolific reproductive capacity has made them one of the most dangerous invasive species. In the face of escalating invasive species, American farmers have taken on a vital role in protecting their land and ecosystems. From hunting wild boars that destroy crops to targeting Burmese pythons that destroy native wildlife, what do you think is the most effective way to combat invasive species? Share your thoughts in the comments section below to help build a safe hunting community. If you find the video helpful, please hit the like button. Thanks for your input. The dangerous situation caused by foxes in the US is becoming urgent and worrying, especially after fox attacks on livestock raised fears about safety in the community. Not only does it pose a serious threat to livestock, but it also creates a major challenge to public safety. In 2023, in California, a 50-year-old woman had a nightmare where the defendant attacked her right in front of her house. Her family members rushed her to the hospital, but fortunately her injuries were only superficial. In that neighborhood, on the same day, there were also up to 35 cases of defendants attacking at night. Faced with the above serious situation and the implementation of humane measures to repel them, they were ineffective. Therefore, the US government has taken extreme measures to overcome this situation. This strategy focuses on reducing red fox numbers and is implemented year-round in most US states. In California, USA, hunting is only allowed from August to February of the following year. This includes choosing hunting locations in places where foxes frequent and away from residential areas to ensure people's safety. Each hunting season, hunters are allowed to hunt a maximum of 100 to 150 animals. Hunting activities take place strongly at night because this individual has the habit of looking for prey at this time. Thanks to that, the hunter's hunting efficiency increases many times. However, hunters will encounter some difficulties in observing. There are many hidden dangers from the wild environment. Therefore, hunters must prepare well in hunting skills and fox behavior. When participating in this adventurous activity, hunters will receive support from the government with weapons and subsidies for hunting. But to ensure safety, the government requires hunters to have at least 1 year of hunting experience or more. The license stipulates that hunters must be at least 18 years old to participate in hunting. Hunting activities take place for many days in the wild, so hunters need to prepare themselves for good health. Team spirit plays an important role and has a great influence on fox hunting activities of the American people. When 3 to 5 people participate in hunting, they will plan together, share knowledge about fox behavior, and cooperate in choosing the most effective hunting location and time. Teamwork not only enhances the effectiveness of hunting strategies, but also builds bonds within the community. Using whistles to attract red foxes has become an important part of hunting techniques. The calls imitate rabbits or birds in distress, helping to attract foxes closer to the hunting area. According to hunters, using these types of whistles can increase hunting efficiency by up to 50% compared to not using support tools. Extreme measures have helped hunters take down millions of foxes each year during the hunting season, significantly reducing the number of accidents caused by fox attacks on humans to less than 10%. This effective measure helped protect people from fox attacks and stabilize the livestock economy. They have running speeds of up to 50 miles per hour, making targeting extremely difficult. However, thanks to skill and the support of modern tools, such as binoculars, foxes were successfully defeated. Some communities have expressed complaints about their lack of support for hunting, especially at night. The main reason comes from concerns about public safety and order. Hunting at night can pose a high risk of accidents due to poor visibility and difficulty identifying targets, leading to the possibility of accidentally hitting another animal. In response to protests from the people, the US government implemented measures to install traps to control the fox population. This shift not only demonstrates acumen in listening and adjusting policies, but also opens up an interesting experience about how hunters set up traps to deal with them. Tune in to future episodes to witness the next steps in this strategy and learn more about trap installation techniques and the final results. Ending hunting with guns by American hunters, fox population control was carried out with the goal of maintaining the natural balance and protecting the safety of the American people. If you have ever participated in dealing with foxes, please comment number 1 and share the measures and processes you have experienced. Thank you for watching the entire video. Now, are you ready to explore the next video? Hello, today we'll explore the bobcat, one of the most common wild cats in North America. According to the Conservancy for Wildlife, the number of bobcats in North America is estimated to be between 2.5 and 6.5 million. This also poses many challenges for local communities. So how do bobcats impact people's lives? What measures are hunters taking to control this population? Join us to learn details through videos. Bobcats are a special wild animal that adapts to many different habitats from the jungle to the suburbs. This makes it easier for them to survive near residential areas, leading to increasing encounters with humans. When natural food sources become scarce, they turn their targets to poultry. According to the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, bobcat predation on livestock is common. Especially in areas with high lynx densities and extensive livestock farming. This not only threatens farm security but also causes economic losses of up to 10 to 20 million USD annually. Recognizing the damage that they cause to communities and economies, North American hunters have developed many creative strategies to minimize this impact. One of the most effective methods is to use foot traps, which are designed with sturdy coil springs to safely stop them. What's special is that these traps not only protect livestock but also minimize conflicts between humans and wild animals. To ensure maximum effectiveness and avoid serious injury to humans and other animals. These traps are placed in strategic locations such as trails, riverbanks and around livestock areas where bobcats are cautions to avoid unnecessary accidents. Let us always be cautious and respectful of the nature around us. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.
These approaches have been great at stopping the spread of some invasive species. Got any ideas for even better solutions? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can all dive into it together. Thanks for sticking around and watching the whole video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And hey, be sure to tell your friends about us too so they can check it out. Bye and see you in the next video.